So things are going really good and nice, and you can see that as days are passing by, our application is becoming really good and great. So till now we have implemented the delete functionality. We also have implemented the add functionality. Now it is time to go and implement the update functionality. So let's go ahead to the UI, and what we'll do is let's copy paste that delete button. So I'm going to go and do a Control C and Control V on the delete button, and let's add this button as update. So let's go to the properties, right click, go to the properties, let's go and change the update button to BTN update, and let's also go and change the text of the update button to update, right? And in this update button click is where we're going to go and write our complete logic. So here's the place where we'll go and write the logic which will help us to go and update the records to the database, right? Now the update functionality logic will be same as the add functionality. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and copy paste the code from the add button click, or currently the add button click is named by the preview click. So we're going to go and copy paste that code and paste that complete code into update button click, and we'll do some modifications, right? So let's go ahead, and you can see that here's the code. So we're going to go and Control C this completely. So let's do a Control C here, and let's take this whole thing and we'll paste it over here in the update click, right? Perfect. Now the next thing what we would like to do is now currently, because we have copy pasted this code, this code has the logic to go and do an insert. So you can see that we have an insert query there. So we have to go and modify that insert query to a update query. So let's go and start doing the modifications. So let's go and first change this string variable to str update command, because that's more logical. And let's go and start writing the update query. So we have to go and change this insert. Let's go and delete this, and we'll say update table name, that is the current table name is customer table, and we'll say set. Now the first field is txt customer name. In other words, we have to go and let's go to the database and let's see what the field name is. So the way we write the update query is we have to say update table name, set the fields to the appropriate value, right? So you can see that, so the field name is customer name, so we have to say set customer name equal to whatever is typed in the txt customer name text. Now the second field, let's go and see what the second field is. The second field is country, so we're going to say okay, the country value will be set from the combo box CMB countries. Then the next field is gender, so we're going to say gender, right? So in other words, the way we write the update query in SQL is we say update table name, set field name is equal to value, comma the other field name is equal to value, comma field name is equal to value. So we can say the first field name is customer name equal to txt customer name dot text, then country is equal to CMB countries dot text, and then genders is equal to the gender value. So that's the way we write the update syntax. In case you are new to SQL, I will suggest you to go through the SQL Server videos where we have talked about how to go and write SQL syntaxes. Now the next thing, we also have to ensure that whatever we are updating is the current record selected, right? So we have to say where the customer name is equal to whatever is selected in the text box. So we have to say plus txt customer name dot text, so that we don't go and update unnecessarily all the records, right? So you can see that update table name, set all the field names, comma comma comma, and then where customer name is equal to whatever is typed in the txt customer name dot text. Great. So there we are all set now. Now let's go ahead and run this application. So here's a simple debug point I have put here, and now let me do F5 and let me run this application. Let's see how the update command is coming up and how things are getting updated. So there goes my screen. So I've clicked on file, enter customer, let's select Shiv, and there goes my display customer function. Let's change this to some other country, and let's do update, right? So now what I'll do is very quickly I'm going to go and just show you guys how the update command has come up. So I'm going to go and put this variable into add watch window here, and let me go and open my notepad, and let me just quickly show you how the update command has shaped up. So you can see there's our update query. So the first thing you can notice is that it starts with the update keyword, followed by the table name. So currently our table name is customer table. Then we have the keyword set, and after that, the field name equal to the value. So you can see that, like, first field is customer name, so customer name equal to Shiv, comma, the second field is country equal to Nepal, comma, and gender equal to male. So after the set keyword, right, you have to say field name equal to value, comma, field name equal to value. And finally you can see there is a where clause there, which says that which row is going to be updated. So looks like our update query looks very fine. Now it's time to go and start executing it. So let's move our debug point ahead. So you can see that now I'm going ahead and I'm executing the execute non query. That's done, and I'm going and executing the load customer list. And there you can see now Shiv's data has been updated from India to Nepal. Great. So cool. So things are working here. It's nice. So when we click on this, you can see now basically how the records are getting updated. Good. Right, now there's one problem here. When I go and select a record and I go and do an update, right? So for example, you can see, like, I have selected Shiv here, and when I do an update, once I do the update, right, I would like to go and clear these records. I would like to go and clear the records which are there on the text box, clear the fields of the text box, I'll say. So in other words, everything should get cleared, and it should just be shown on the grid, right? So currently it is not getting cleared. So let's go ahead and write some code. So every time I do an add or update or a delete, once the operation is done, the screen should get cleared out, right? So let's close this application. So what we'll do is we'll write a very nice function here. So let's go ahead and write a very nice private function here. So private void clear data, right? Now in the clear data function, we start clearing every UI element. So for example, you can see I'm clearing txt customer name text box. Then I am setting the countries combo box to the first value. I'm setting all the radio buttons to false. So over here, this clear data function or this clear data routine will help me to go and set the values to some default value and clear all the data, right? So there you can see I have set all the radio buttons and the checkboxes to false, right? So let me just go and do this. This is also false here, right? Now what we'll do is, once we have written this function here, this clear data, we'll call this clear data when we hit on the update button, or when we hit on the add button, or when we hit on the delete button. So when we click on the add button, we're going to just go and call clear data, right? When we hit on the update button, again, after all the update has been done, the grid has been refreshed, we're going to go and call the clear data. And now if you run the application, so if I go and click on Shiv, and if I go and change this value and say update, you can see the data has got cleared. In the same way, if I go and add some new records and I add, you can see the data has got cleared. So right, so basically now we are shaping up nicely. So basically whenever we do any operation, the data is getting cleared from the user interface. Great. Also, just let me check up delete. Oh, so the records are not getting cleared when I click on the delete. No issues, we'll just go to the delete click and we'll call the clear data function. So let's go here and say clear data. Great, and let's say control F5. Right, so let me just go and pop up the enter customer screen there, select the record, delete it, it's getting cleared. Nice. So if I add a new record, let me just add a couple of records here, add, data is getting cleared. Nice. I can see on the grid also. In the same way, I just put some other values here just to recheck. Right, things are getting good. If I select and do some update, things are getting cleared. Good. Right, so our application is working very much nicely here. We have implemented the add functionality, we have implemented the update functionality, as well as we have implemented the delete functionality. Right. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. In this video, we saw that how we can go and implement the update functionality in our project. Now for day 9, we are going to do two practicals. One we have already done. We have implemented the update functionality. Now the next thing what we'll do is we'll go and start tidying up our application. See, there are two things. One is that yes, you are a developer, you can go and complete applications, you can program it, you can run them, and all is nice. But the next important thing is that you can do all these things elegantly. You can do with the proper architecture. You can apply good coding practices, right? So let's start with a very basic thing which we need to tidy up here. You can see one thing which you must have noticed is I was doing lots of control C and control V. So for example, one of the biggest control C and control V we have done in this project is writing the database connection code again and again and again and again. So you can see, like for example, if you see our create customer, right, while we are loading the customer, we have this load customer function, we are going and opening the connection, we are going and executing the command object. In the same way, when we are going and displaying the customer, we are again doing the same thing. In the same way, if you're going to go and delete the customer, we are again doing the same thing. So this opening the connection, putting the command object, executing, it's almost duplicate code everywhere across the project. So probably the first thing is we would like to go and streamline this code and give a proper shape to this. So in day 9 we're going to do one more practical after this, that is going and tidying up this code, this data access code, into a proper compartment. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. In the next video we'll see that how we can go and tidy up the data access code. Thank you very much.